But today, I'm the greatest of all time. Thank you.
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters. And we ain't got nothing to hide, we move forward like soldiers. You better wake up for the pay stub, or you'll pay up. Don't make love to the game, bruh, fuck the game up. Change up, rearrange stuff to your greatness. Same us for the way up, play the game, bruh.
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top, yeah.
You know I'm always honest, there ain't no way I'll never stop it.
I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top,
I'm always flirting with pain, she like to hurt me and maim. I'm always working to change, but she's still lurking the same. I keep on building a dynasty while the haters be trying me, but they hate from inside.
All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Unscripted here on the Elite Sports and Entertainment Network. I'm your host and producer this afternoon, Logan Landers, and join me, as always, Jay McLovin. Jay, what's going on?
I'm doing well, my brother. It's an awesome day out here. How you doing?
Doing all right. And our stat guy, Dustin Reese. Dustin, what's going on, man?
Not a whole lot. Just watching all these NBA trades coming today has been crazy already.
Of course, it is the trade deadline today, and if you want full coverage, go check out our Twitter account. That'll be the best place to find it. Frankie's going to be putting in some good work because it's going to be a crazy few hours in the NBA. Once again, here's all of our social media channels. You see her on the screen: Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and on Twitch. And also, you can check us out on LinkedIn. Connect with us on a professional level. And if you want to come help out the network in any way, shape, or fashion, send us a DM over there, comment on a post, and we'll get to you as soon as we can. Guys, we have a very special episode today with not a whole lot of sports going on. Super Bowl's happening this Sunday. NBA's in full swing still. They're right around the corner with the All-Star game. We are going to be talking about jersey numbers that should be retired. This isn't just in basketball. This is just across sports in general. Now, there's a lot of numbers out there that you think of iconic players, and then you scratch your head thinking, wait a minute, how is this guy's numbers not in the rafter? And so we just thought we'd take that concept and dive deep into it and talk about some guys who have had some tremendous careers for certain teams and some people we think should have their jersey retired. So without further ado, Jay McLovin, I guess we'll just kind of go in a barbershop talk type of way. Who do you have on your list? Who do you have first and foremost? And then we'll just talk about it.
Yeah, Logan, the Raiders, Cowboys, these are teams that don't retire numbers.
Right.
It's the craziest damn thing I've ever seen in my life. But because there's a lot of damn good Raiders that have gone through that organization. So I'm just gonna start off with your boy Jim Plunkett.
Ooh.
Why is he not retired?
Mm-hmm.
This guy only quarterbacked to 2 Super Bowls in the 80s. He's
no, you're right. You're right.
And he's also tied for the longest pass at 99 yards. He didn't play long for you guys. I think he played maybe like 8 seasons, but
he made an impact.
This guy has been around.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and like you mentioned, I mean, there's a few teams. I mean, the Raiders and Cowboys, obviously. I mean, it's strange. The Raiders have no numbers that are retired. That's just something that Al Davis said many, many moons ago that they just didn't want to do. And I mean, honestly, Jay, with if you look at their history, I mean, God, how many numbers could they have retired? I know you mentioned, obviously, Jim Plunkett, Charles Woodson, another great one. Off the top of my head,
Tim Brown.
Yeah, I'm about to say Tim Brown, Howie Long. I mean, dude, the list can go on and on.
Was it Marcus Allen, like your running back?
I'd say Marcus Allen. You could have him. Pretty much damn near all of the offensive line from back in the heyday. Art Shell.
Max Crosby.
Potentially, hey, one day, potentially, if he sticks around long enough.
Lalo Zado, remember him?
Oh, hey, bro, how could I not? I know, Jay. I know you probably had his workout routine back in the day.
Man, that guy was a beast.
Oh, dude, that's someone who would just clothesline the hell out of you. I mean, wide receivers as well. It's just the history of that team. It's damning that there's no numbers retired. So that's always been crazy. And I mean, Jay, and then obviously you mentioned the Cowboys. Who are some guys that you would want potentially retired for your team?
There's a lot.
Oh, I'm sure.
Right? Bob Lilly.
Yeah, I'm about to say absolute legend.
Then you can go obviously with Aikman, Starbuck.
Yep.
Emmett, obviously. I mean, those are just some more popular ones, right? But then then you can go over to obviously Michael Irvin.
Oh yeah, number 88.
Moose, yep. Daryl Johnson, Moose. Drew Pearson. And then bro. There's so many Cowboys that did so many great things. It's ridiculous. I mean, you could put Leon. I don't know if you put Leon Lett, even though he was a great. Stubblefield was in there, even though he played for the 49ers. He was a really great addition towards the end. You could put Jason Witten in there for crying out loud. Just tons and tons of guys off the Cowboys, really. Those are the ones that come to my mind right off the pretty much that 90s offensive line you could put in there. Everybody off there, right? Tony Castillo off that offensive line you could put in there, right? Obviously D-Love at some point may or may not should have gotten in there, but those are just some of the guys right up off the rip that I'm thinking of that would have gone in. One of the guys I really wish would have gotten in but never got a chance was Joe Morgan. I'm switching over to baseball real quick.
Oh, the Reds, yeah. How is his number?
Played, second base for the Astros, and he never got his jersey retired with the Astros. And I don't understand for the life of me why he wasn't. Now, obviously, he was retired with the Cincinnati Reds, so at least they honored him. Matter of fact, they even got a statue of him out there. But in Astros lore, I felt like, why is Joe Morgan not in a retired number there?
That's a good one. And Dustin, you can chime in whenever you want, but do you have anyone on the top of your list who you just shake your head at and wonder why their number's not retired somewhere?
Well, you guys kind of threw me on a loop on this one because I thought we were doing numbers that like the entire league should be retired instead of team by team.
Oh, you could do that too.
No, I mean, you can do, like I said, we're just talking in general.
I'm okay with that. Totally okay with that.
So football, I'll do team just because I had other things in mind. So for Minnesota, Randy Moss.
Yeah, that's no brainer.
I don't understand how his number has been given to two people since he's left. And one of them was Irv Smith Jr., who was a joke. Adrian Peterson's number for what he did.
Yeah,
AP.
For what what he did in Minnesota, you have John Randall. Jared Allen. Jared Allen's name.
John Randall.
John. I feel like it might just be just because it's in Minnesota, and Minnesota we know doesn't get the most media coverage. But I mean, those two guys you just mentioned there, Allen and Randall, those dudes were absolute monsters back in the 90s and 2000s and whatnot. Those were some really heavy hitters.
What about Warfield? Hey, was he retired by the Minnesota? I know he was an incredible. Is it Winfield or Warfield? I always get that name messed up, but you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The cornerback.
I'm not sure, but Tarkenton, I don't know if his number's retired or not.
How is Fran Tarkenton not up there, man? Come on. All right, since we're talking football, and I know that he has rejected this in the past, what about Calvin Johnson?
Yeah.
I know he turned it down a couple of years ago, which is unfortunate. But I mean, dude, Calvin Johnson's one of the best Lions of all time.
Yeah.
So obviously him switching over to basketball, kind of the one that made me think of this topic, guys. Toronto Raptors do not have Vince Carter's number retired. I don't know how, because that's the guy who defined basketball in Toronto that gave them an identity. How in the hell? And look, I know they had a bad split, but it's been 20 years for God's sake. How is Vince Carter's number not retired by now in Toronto? That just shocks me more and more every day. that guy's number is not up in the Raptors in Toronto.
Well, the other one too, of which I think every team in the NBA should have that number retired, is the logo.
Okay, yeah.
How does Jerry West not have his number retired by the entire NBA when he is the actual NBA logo?
No, I mean that's a very solid point.
Like if you're the logo,
I give you that one.
If you're the logo, your number should be retired if you're the logo.
And just kind of thinking of that, one that I've never understood, but I don't know guys if you've noticed, the Heat have Michael Jordan's number retired.
See, that
makes no sense to me.
Well, that was the other number I was going to say. Michael Jordan's number, in my opinion, should be retired by the
throughout
NBA.
all of basketball.
You think so?
Because of what he's done for the sport, the shoes, the jersey branding, everything that he's done, not just as a player, but the whole branding aspect of it and how much NBA grew after he became a player, he should definitely have his number retired by the entire NBA, as should Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, I'm about to say you could. I mean, so would you say 8 and 24 as well?
I would say 8 because 8 was his glory days when the Lakers were having their three-peats. 24, he switched later in the year, and yes, I think he has one ring with the number 24 number, but he's got 4 with the number 8. I would say you retire number 8 and you can leave 24.
That's understandable.
You definitely got to retire 8. Yeah, you definitely got to retire.
I mean, I know that they're doing his statue unveiling very soon, and they're going to be wearing the Mamba jerseys, so that's going to be a cool tribute to him.
I love those Mamba.
Those Mamba jerseys are sick. I'm glad that the organization's bringing those back for one night only. But God, those are some great uniforms. That's like I said, that's going to be another topic for another day. Just some of the games.
And I got one for you, Logan.
Who you got?
I got one for you. Why the hell is Gary Payton not retired?
The glove.
Why?
I mean, so and that's
this was Seattle.
I'm about to say, so it is kind of interesting though, because Seattle is now from Seattle to Oklahoma City, correct?
Yeah.
So it would be kind of odd, but I totally get where you're coming from, Jay, just because Seattle doesn't have a franchise anymore. But
when Seattle gets their new franchise, though, I think it was what
that's got to be him.
2026, I think it's going to be Sean Kemp.
Those are the big two. Those are the big two.
Well, there's going to be 3 of them.
Who's the third one you got?
Ray Allen.
Detlef Shrimp? No, Ray Allen.
Ray Allen, Sean Kemp, and Gary Payton will probably be the 3 that
I could see that. Detlef, maybe that one might be a little bit of a stretch. But I definitely agree with Dustin on those 3. Those are the big 3 guys, and like you said, I think potentially
Logan, it's because you're too damn young to remember.
And you could even possibly throw in another one.
Who is?
Kevin Durant.
Yeah, because he did start his career out there. People forget.
His rookie year was Seattle's last year before they went to OKC.
That's true. Okay.
And I don't think he was the same. I think he was a different number with Seattle than he is with OKC. Because he's number 35 now, right?
Yes. Yeah, because he was 35, then 7. He went through a few.
I believe he was number 7 in Seattle.
I got you.
I got another one, though.
Who you got? Who you got?
Garnett.
Okay. Oh, hey. How? Yeah, I'm about to say. I think the 2, for me, for basketball-wise, the 2 ones that are the most criminal is Kevin Garnett, the franchise's only MVP, their best player, bar none, and Vince Carter. Those are the main 2 that really just grind my gears as to how they're not retired for their teams. Because those are the team's greatest players. I mean, look, Kevin Garnett, before he got there, Minnesota was just another team. When he got there, they became a solid franchise. And like I said, he brought them still to this day. 20 years after he left, they're only MVP.
Well, the problem with Ray Allen's number is Giannis has the same number.
In Milwaukee, yes.
Yeah, so that's kind of where the whole retiring Ray Allen's number in Milwaukee would be a bit of a hang-up because, yes, you could make the case that Ray Allen's best years as a player were his Milwaukee days and his Boston days. But I'm sorry, Giannis is a better player than Ray Allen. And if Giannis has that number, you're not retiring that number if Giannis is wearing it. You might retire it when Giannis is done.
I understand. I understand.
But yeah, and
go ahead.
again, yeah. I think, Giannis is number one. Let me ask you this.
Yeah, for sure.
John Starks for the Knicks. Why is he not retired?
Oh, that's a good question.
John Starks. Why is John Starks not retired? And if you want to go a little further, why is Allen Houston not retired?
You think they're still pissed at John Starks about those missed free throws?
Possibly.
That might be the reason. That might be the reason.
If you're going to be pissed at him for free throws, how many shots you had missed? I mean,
for sure. One I thought of is back to football here. Let's go to Denver. What about Shannon Sharp? What about Unk?
Oh,
what about Unk? We know what he did.
Shannon Sharp not retired. I mean, Denver number retired. That don't make no sense.
Yeah, no. Didn't they just put Terrell Davis in also?
No, the Denver's only got 3.
There was another one I thought was weird.
Who do you know who the 3 off the top of your head, Dustin? If not, I can look them up.
John Elway.
That's fair, and they just did that somewhat recently. I think.
Little.
Floyd Little.
I don't know. Number 44, Little.
Yeah, I believe that's Floyd Little.
And then 18 is a duel with Peyton Manning and Tripucka.
Wait. Oh, I understand, Tripucka, but come on. Come on.
Manning got him the Super Bowl.
He did. No, he did. And like I said, all respect to that. However,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Manning was the last person that wore number 18 in Denver. So when Manning was number 18 was actually not supposed to be worn ever again, but when Denver got number 18,
gave an exception.
Tripucka basically said, "Let him take my number." Mm-hmm. So Manning took the number, and then when Manning retired, they retired the number to put Manning's name with Tripucka's.
And I understand that, but my thing though is Shannon Sharp's number should have been retired in Denver years ago.
Terrell Davis,
yeah, absolutely.
Terrell Davis also. I mean, Sharp had both those guys haven't played there since the early 2000s for Davis, and for Sharp he didn't play there in the 90s.
Bill Romanowski.
Von Miller.
Von Miller, I think once he retires.
I think Von Miller retires.
Well, yeah, once he hangs it up, I definitely believe so.
He's still in the league right now. So.
Yeah, he's with Buffalo, so I think when he retires. But yeah, Bill Romanowski should be in there.
God, Bill Romanowski was so nasty as a football
John Lynch.
So, John Lynch. Great GM also. He's doing good work. So, another team too, and this is going to go over to baseball, another team that doesn't have a number retired, the current Miami Marlins. They don't have anyone. I get they've only been around since, 93? Well, I'd say 93. That's been over 30 years now.
I'm going to play they do have actually a jersey retired.
Who's that?
Jose Fernandez.
That's true. I think that Cabrera was retired, but I feel like
he just retired last year, so he'll probably have his jersey. He'll probably have it retired by both Detroit and Miami.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Guys. What you got?
I got a question for you guys.
Okay.
Why has Robert Ory not been retired?
We're in. That's the question we're at.
Exactly. No, but watch this. How pivotal was he to LA's championships? Houston's championships, San Antonio's championships. Look, you can't live off the 3-pointer and not give the damn Raptor in the jersey in the Raptors somewhere.
All right.
That didn't have more big shots for teams. It was stupid how many series got extended because of Robert Ory's 3-point shooting. And none of these teams want to give a damn jersey to him. Dude got 6 rings and can't get a damn jersey retired somewhere.
A number that I think and you bring up good points, and one that I think will be retired once he officially hangs it up. I think Andrew McCutchen in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
just because of what he did. Got him an MVP and did some good work with them in the early 2010s. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dustin, but is Omar Vizquel retired in Cleveland?
Let me look. I think Cleveland's got 3 of them.
Because if not, Jay, how do you not have one of the best defensive players in baseball, period? Not retired.
I'm right there with you. I agree.
And I've always been a big Omar Vizquel fan. I've loved watching him play.
Right.
And as for the Yankees, look, they've already got half their numbers in the world retired. So that's the one thing we don't got to worry about. They already have enough trouble.
They literally do. They literally do.
Yeah, they do not. No, they do not have Omar Vizquel's jersey.
That's a shame.
They have Jim Thome.
Yes, that's good.
Bob Lemon.
Okay.
Frank Robinson.
Yep.
Who only played with Cleveland for 3 years, so that's
he was a manager though, correct?
They said he was with the Indians at the time for only 3 years, 1974 to 1977.
I could have swore he managed there at one point, but I might just be thinking of another team. But okay, but yeah, come on.
He was a manager later, and then Bob Feller, obviously Bob Feller's number.
Yep, that's it. Yeah,
Mel Harder.
I don't even know who that is. I can't even lie.
1928 to 1940.
No wonder I don't know.
Larry Doby.
Okay.
And then Lou Boudreau from the 30s and Earl Averill from the 1920s.
But you don't have Omar Vizquel, one of your best players from the 90s?
No, because if you notice the trend, most of the jersey numbers that are retired are from the last time the Indians won a World Series. In that 1940 range, and then obviously Jim Thome doing what Jim Thome did.
I mean, yeah, putting up is and I don't know if he will, but is Manny Ramirez's number retired out in Boston?
I believe it is. Just let me check.
I think they just did Ortiz's not too long ago.
Something.
Yeah, what's up?
Why the hell had the Houston Astros not retired Billy Wagner?
Ooh, that's a good one.
One of the greatest damn closers in baseball.
Number 8
and
retired.
You don't want to retire him?
You got to put him there with Biggio, Jay, Bagwell, Wagner. I mean, those are those. When I think
dominant.
When I think of players that I grew up watching in Houston, those are the big three for me.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I think when you're one of the best at a position that is very niche, and people know who you are by Enter Sandman. Come on.
Oh yeah.
I should say outside of Mario Rivera, but you know what I'm saying.
No, I got you. All right.
To answer your question, Manny Ramirez does not have his jersey retired because Dwight Evans was also number 24 in Boston.
Ah, okay.
So if you're gonna do it, you have to retire it for both names. And at the time, they just did not retire it because, for whatever reason, they left it open. And then Manny has the same number. So if you're gonna do it, you have to do it with both names in Boston.
Okay, I got you.
Interesting.
Go ahead.
You're from Atlanta.
Yep.
And with the Atlanta franchise for how long it's been around, why is Neon Dion not retired?
I'm surprised. I mean.
Neon.
What's up?
I said Neon Dion.
Yes, sir. Neon Dion. And it's interesting because, he played here for a little bit. And he made a hell of an impact. Don't get it twisted. I just don't know if he had the longevity to why Atlanta would not retire his number. You know what I mean? And I mean, shit, I would have the Falcons put his number in before the Braves, just because I think he made more of an impact with the Falcons than with the Braves. Don't get me wrong. I love Dion, but I don't know if they would ever retire his number. And Dustin, real quick, what about the Cubs? I know that's your team. You cover them. You talk about them.
Well, I was going to add something to the Braves quick, and then I'll switch to the Cubs. The Braves.
Go ahead.
Braves are going to have 2 more get added within the next 15 years, though.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to have Freddie Freeman.
Yep.
And then obviously Acuna.
That's it. Those are the big 2. But over to you, Dustin. What about Mark Grace? You think he's the guy who could potentially get his number retired one day? Kind of underrated player if you don't really follow Cubs.
Well,
played there for a long time, though.
Yeah, the thing with that is you look at what's happened with Mark Grace the last couple of years. Mm-hmm. Basically, they brought him on as a analyst for their new TV network, and he gets fired within a month and a half because he shows up to work drunk. And just kind of the way he left to go to Arizona as their play-by-play announcer. And a lot of people said after he left the Cubs organization that he kind of bashed the Cubs a little bit.
So he's got some burnt bridges.
But the problem is, who also wore Mark Grace's number?
That was number 13. I forget who else wore it.
Interestingly enough, Frankie the Yankee, the guy who has a baseball show named after himself, I wonder who he's got.
I know one guy who's going to get his number retired. That's the big dude out in the outfield hitting bombs. And Frankie, don't be shy. We already know Aaron Judge is going to be the next guy probably up there in your slew of numbers out there in Yankee Stadium.
Aaron Boone. Why is Boone not retired?
Aaron Boone didn't do much.
I don't see Aaron
He only
Boone.
did one thing, and that was that home run walk-off in the playoffs.
Well, that's true.
But Frankie, since you just hopped in, just if you got any for your team or just in general, who do you think are some numbers that should be retired with the last few minutes we got here?
Yeah, I got 2 for the Yankees. One, CC Sabathia.
Ooh,
yes.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one
for the big turkey.
Yeah, I believe CC Sabathia's jersey should be retired, and also I think Hideki
Matsui, 55.
I believe
Godzilla.
both of those jersey numbers should be retired in Yankee Stadium.
What about Posada?
Jorge Posada too as well. And you can also
run out numbers.
You can also, we are running out.
You're going to have guys wearing spring training numbers.
We're going to have
We're
just going to have everybody wear the number 0.
Yeah.
Hey, at some point, I think the Yankees are going to be running around with letters. They're going to have to
Or it's going to be like 00.
Yeah, I'm about to say 00, 01.
We're gonna have people wearing triple numbers. We're gonna have somebody wear like 103 or something like that.
Have a jersey number with like a 2 squared in the corner.
I don't know if anybody mentioned this.
Hey, there are some names on here that are not on these lists, and I'm really surprised that you guys have not brought up. I'm gonna give you 3 names, and I'm gonna let you guys figure it out. Number 1. Why the hell is Ray Lewis not retired with the Baltimore Ravens?
Hey, that's big facts.
He will because I think
calm down now.
Keep going.
I still got 2 more than left. Number 2, why is Bruce Smith not nominated for the Bills?
Okay. And your last one?
And then number 3, why the hell is Curly Lambeau number 1? Which a damn trophy named after. Why is he not retired in Green Bay?
He is.
No, he's not.
He's got statues and stuff.
He can have statues all he wants, but his number's not
talking
retired.
Numbers.
Yeah.
The number's not retired. He's not retired.
Those are all good points, Jay.
I'm not saying that somebody's going to go there and be brave enough to take on number 1, but it is available.
Yeah, Logan, I figured out why Mark Grayson have his number retired either.
Okay.
He's number 17.
Gotcha.
Same number as Chris Bryant.
You think they put Bryant in over Grace?
Hell no, because of how Bryant's career ended. But you knew when Bryant was coming up through the system.
Yep.
If Bryant wanted 17, you're not going to retire it and not give it to him.
Yeah. I got you.
All right, so I got one for you, Jay.
Yeah,
Jay,
we got about 2.5 minutes here. Let's go rapid fire.
I got one more, and I don't know if anybody said this. Carmelo Anthony, Denver Nuggets.
We have not said that. Nope. We have not said Melo. Would you even put Melo in New York, too?
I would put Melo in New York as well.
Have him double?
Yeah, I would do New York and Denver, yeah.
Just because of, he's obviously, I would say one of Denver's greatest players. I ain't going that far now with Jokic there.
I'd say he's still Denver's greatest player.
I would say greatest scorer.
Until Jokic retires.
That's fair. Until he retires, I think that's a fair statement. Yeah. We all know the trajectory Jokic is going on. Yeah. That's not a question. But for the moment, Melo's still up there. And obviously in New York, we know what numbers he put up. That ain't no question. So guys, any final ones here before we get out of here in about a minute?
I have literally said all of mine.
All right, you've already got your piece.
I got one more. Just give me 1 second to look it up quick.
Yeah, I got one. Frankie Yankees jersey number need to be retired again.
There we go, baby. All right, make it quick, guys. We got about 30 seconds.
No, I'm done.
All right,
I got not a jersey retirement number, but all I'm gonna say is I can't wait to see Kobe Bryant's statue revealed today at 3 p.m. Eastern time at Laker Stadium, also known as Crypto.com Arena. But the hell with it is Lakers.
It's the
Staples Center, baby, for Kobe today. It's Staples Center.
That's it. All right, Dustin, did you find your number?
Yes, Martin Brodeur.
Oh, we're going the hockey player, correct?
New Jersey Devils goalie. He's second all-time in wins behind Patrick Roy. He's the all-time leader in wins in Devils franchise history. He's got the Stanley Cup with the Devils, but yet they haven't retired his number.
And that is a note we are going to end it on. So, guys, we've had a fun show today. Like I said, more of just a conversation starter. Numbers that should be retired across sports. We went through all these different platforms, all these different sports. Been a fun time, as always. Jay McLovin, Stat Guy Dustin Reese, and Frankie the Yankee. I've been your host, producer, Logan Landers. Enjoy your weekend, everyone. We'll talk to you again on another live episode.